The 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
With Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Aristotle, Dr. Shaquille O'Neal. This is Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sport. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the New York Knicks going up against the Sacramento Kings. Well, for Sacramento, they're not satisfied with the record over the last 10 games. Under 500 basketball, just not good enough. Looking to improve tonight. A chance to see one of the purest scorers in the league tonight. Rudy Gay's in action. He can make it look so easy at times, Kenny.
Yeah, he makes it look easy. You know, the one thing about him, he mixes his game up pretty well. You know, he shoots his threes to keep the defenders honest, but he takes it to the rim just as much. But consistent scorer. I know Shaq loves him, you know, from the start of his career.
Yeah, he's always been a guy you can count on. Ernie Kennedy put up points. And what I really like about his game is he can handle the pressure of being the main scoring option.
That about does it for now. Tip off, fast approaching. We send it to Kevin Harlan.
It's an interconference contest here in the Big Apple, New York, as the Knicks play one at home. Well, before you look ahead to your busy week, sit down, relax, pull up a chair as we bring you another NBA broadcast. And thanks for sharing part of your weekend with us. Along with Greg Anthony and Doris Burt, I'm Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge, our sideline reporter. Taking a look at Sacramento. They've lost their last 3 games, and guys, they'd like that streak to end tonight here.
Yeah, and Kevin, things are starting to get a little bit out of control for them. This losing streak is starting to become an embarrassment, and it's only going to get worse if things don't change.
At this point of the season, Doris, near the midway point, teams really now talking about what they're going to be and where they may go from where they are right now.
Well, I think you have a good familiarity with your roster. You know the strengths and weaknesses of your team. If there's aspects you need to shore up, you might be eyeing as the trade deadline approaches. You definitely have a handle on how you win and who you are.
Our coaches sometimes, and maybe this is true with every sport, too close to it, where sometimes they need to step back and get perspective. Do they seek outside counsel, just another pair of eyes on a team and the feel of the team?
I think just like in life, you need truth tellers in your world, right? And you want people who are as good, or to be honest, you hope that you surround yourself with people that are better than you, and you know your true friends are the ones who tell you the truth.
I don't have many friends. Now Sacramento starting 5. Gay and Cauley-Stein fill up the forward spots. Collison is out there with Heel, and it's Koufos in at the center. They get the rebound. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Koufos has got his first 2 points.
You know, the putback there, a product of his strong effort on the glass. Never gave up on that play.
Rose kicks to Porzingis. Thomas against Gay. Thomas passes to Porzingis. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
Boy, you think back to draft night, and Porzingis was roundly booed by Knicks fans when he was taken with the 4th overall pick. But that's ancient history now. I think everyone realizes the talent this young guy possesses.
2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And there were even some rumors on draft night that Carmelo Anthony wasn't happy with the pick of Porzingis.
That's a rumor he vehemently denied. They're both perimeter-oriented forwards, and I could see why Melo might prefer a guard or perhaps a more traditional pivot man. The Knicks, though, looking for the upside, and Porzingis has that in spades.
Good on the second free throw.
You know, what's interesting about Porzingis is, yes, was there an adjustment period in terms of his NBA career? No question. But he had a very good grasp of the culture when he came over, and he loves the American lifestyle. He's got the slang down. He's a very outgoing guy.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Collison against Rose. Porzingis with a screen on Collison. Rose drops in the layup for 2. And the culture shift for a lot of players coming from overseas doors can just be an added task. But for Porzingis, it might have made things easier.
I just love how Porzingis approaches everything, and he fits right in with what the fans want to hear. There's a confidence and a brashness that he plays with that quickly had fans flocking to him. He's got the perfect personality and embraces the culture of sport. So it's hard to think that he won't be a beloved player for all of his playing days. That's exactly how to work it to your advantage. If you're the big man, take your guy down low.
The Kings shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Noah with a screen on Collison. Rose kicks it to Noah. And GA, after being such a fixture in the city of Chicago and for so long, Joakim Noah signing with his hometown team, the Knicks, in the last offseason. A bit of a bittersweet end of his time with the Chicago Bulls. A lot of moving parts in his time with Chicago.
Yeah, and, his playing time had dwindled, and it was just, I think, in everyone's best interest for him to move on. It's a great fit in New York, both with the team and the pulse of the city. Clearly was still valued highly around the league as it took a sizable contract to put him in that Knick uniform. And for a franchise that competed for the Western Conference Championship a number of years ago, it's really been a lot of turmoil for quite a while. I mean, the Kings have had ownership changes, coaching changes, personnel changes, front office changes. I mean, that's been the one constant, is the fact that they consistently are in change mode.
The Kings have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Outside Collison. Cauley Stein with the screen for Collison. He kicks it to Heel. Clock at 4. Kept alive. Koufos dishes to Gay. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
You can't give him that shot. A few open looks are all it takes to get him in the zone.
Oh, he will take that shot over and over if they give it to him. That's a defensive error they can't afford to repeat.
Now here's Thomas. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And the dunk by Porzingis.
At 7'3", yes, he can dunk. But with that athleticism and his sense for the dramatic and his flair, look out, folks. He can be special.
And concerning all the drama that seems to surround the Kings, it cures all of that, winning.
Yeah, and the best teams in the league, they win with camaraderie. They win with integrity and trust. The Kings are knocking on the door, but they still have some ways to go.
It sure did seem like the Knicks were really wedded to the idea of playing the triangle. And you wonder with the hiring of Coach Jeff Hornacek, it seems like they're pivoting to a more flexible approach. He really was a surprise pick, though. People didn't see this coming.
The first one falls. And Doris, when you look at Jeff Hornacek, how does he fit this Knicks team?
Well, I think, Kevin, they say they hired him because of his intellect for the game, and certainly he was a cerebral player in his day, a great shooter. The Knicks have been a below average in three-point attempts in terms of the new trend. I expect him to open that up a bit more.
And it's tied up with that one. And Sacramento has possession. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And you know what? A shame that either team had to lose that game because you had to be proud of the way they battled in it.
Yeah, and you love how both teams gave it everything they had through the end of regulation. But in OT, only one side had something in the tank.
Here's Collison. It's hauled in by Porzingis. The Knicks have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Rose kicks it to Noah. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And guys, as we know, New York has gone through some tough times in the past. The question now is New York City still a destination free agents hope to be a part of? Listen, the lure of the city certainly should be a factor. The other part, this is a storied franchise.
It just seems like the big markets don't have quite the same advantage they used to, Doris, in attracting free agents, wouldn't you say?
No, Kevin, I don't think you're more right. You could be more right. I think when the dollar signs are equal, winning becomes the biggest draw. And that's tough for a team like the Knicks that's trying to claw their way back into the upper echelon.
Boy, in the last year, the Kings, Greg, went all in, even trading a couple of veteran contracts to the Sixers.
Yeah, and they used the cap reshuffling to sign Kufis and Rondo, a number of others as well at the beginning of last year. And regardless of the outcome of last season's game, those moves made this team much more competitive. And now the question is, can they build off of some of that momentum?
Okay, that's a 2-pointer, and once again off the mark by Sacramento.
You know, it's been hard for him to find the range this quarter, but I do like his aggressiveness.
Outside Thomas. To the middle. Here's Porzingis. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And let's take a minute now to give a tip of the cap to the top rookie defenders in the NBA this season. In the 3rd spot, Buddy Hield.
How about the anticipation and really his aggressive mindset defensively? He's always pressuring, always looking for an opportunity to force a turnover.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
Well, the glory days for the Knicks back in the early 70s, 1970 and 73 to be exact. The franchise's 2 NBA championships. Who can ever forget?
Second free throw, no good. And what a great team that was. Doris, that roster for the Knicks in the early 70s. Wow.
Wow, you're right, Kevin. Dick Barnett, Bill Bradley, Dave DeBusschere, Willis Reed, and of course, Walt Frazier. All fixtures on both title runs. It was a deep team, and they worked beautifully together.
Goes up from the top of the key, and off the front iron, and in it goes. Hield's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
They got points out of it, but they'll be looking for a better shot than that on their next possession.
Knicks trail by 3. Outside Rose. The pass to Porzingis. Thomas against Gay. Thomas passes to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Boy, spotted his teammate on the move, but the assist perfectly placed out in front of him, leading him right to the rack.
Sacramento's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. They set the pick. And here's Collison. He's coming off a 22-point game against Boston. Gay, that's a 2-pointer. It's rebounded by Noah.
He's obviously still trying to find the range. No success this quarter. You wonder what it would take to get him to pass the ball. You've got to do better there. There wasn't anyone stopping him in the lane.
Outside Collison. Gay sets the pick for Collison. Gay against Rose. Shot clock at 3. 16 feet away. Shot's good by Gay.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
And I don't care how much you grind it out defensively. When you shoot it that poorly, you're going to struggle to win games.
If you don't space the floor, you don't set good picks, bad things happen to your shooting percentage.
And Rudy Gay, extremely versatile, has the size and athleticism to play a number of positions. He produces, but for some reason, you know, Greg, people always seem to want more out of the guy.
Yeah, some of the disrespect I think he deals with is because he hasn't played on a lot of winning teams. Greater efficiency and tougher defense are a couple of areas where he's still trying to improve.
Knicks trail by 3. Outside Rose. To the paint. To the right side. Thomas kicks to Porzingis. Rose against Collison. Kufis with the block. And the call against Lance Thomas. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
And the Kings will go for a different look here. Labissiere is checked in for Kufis. Tolliver comes in for Cauley-Stein. Aaron Aflalo, he's checked in for Hield. And it's Lawson in for Darren Collison. Lawson kicks to Labissiere. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. And the Kings lead by 5. Outside Rose. He feeds it to O'Quinn. Back to Rose. There's the triple. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark in 2 for 4.
And Rose has shown himself capable of knocking down that 3 when he's got some daylight.
This year kicks to Lawson. Lock at 6. Dishes to Labissiere. That's short off the rim.
Might have overthought that. Not sure how he missed that one, guys.
Passes to Kuzminskis. Back to Rose. New York moving the ball around. Baker passes to Hernan Gomez. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
Just getting a hand in the face makes all the difference. That was the case there.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
You know, from the earliest point he entered the league, Aflalo has been known for his defensive prowess. He is so tough to lose in the half-court game, and it's been that way his entire career.
The first free throw is good. Aflalo did come into the league known for his defense, and that defense, Doris, may not be as sharp as it once was. But he's still a tough matchup.
Well, so much, I think, of defense is played between the ears, and Aflalo does everything he can to prepare. He always knows the tendencies of the guy he is guarding and does what he can to put you out of your comfort zone. And a lot of defending, to me, isn't necessarily blocking shots or getting steals. It's just about making life that much tougher for the guy you're guarding.
Pass to Kuzminskis. Right wing takes a 3. No good. Shot missing. And Sacramento will go the other way with it.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. You look at Chicago. A terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season, as we all know. And, of course, the New York Knicks, not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And I think for the Knicks, it's been a nice run they're on to start the season, especially when you compare it to the way it ended just a year ago.
And the Knicks miss again. Kings leading now by 4. This year, kicks to Lawson. Traps in the tray. Lawson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Baker passes to Kuzminskis. He dishes it to O'Quinn. Here's Baker. They get it again. Here's Kuzminskis.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, GA, he does not waste one of them.
He's so very quick to convert off the miss, and usually with authority.
Now here's McLemore, guarded by Holiday. Aflalo outside. Another 3 for Sacramento.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
Knicks trail by 8. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
There's the pass to Kuzminskis. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Inside. O'Quinn. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
You know, that right there is a great example. O'Quinn has got great hands, so he can step out or bang inside with the best of them.
Now here's Labissiere. He's coming off a 13-point game against Boston.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge.
No good from Lawson.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
1:49 left to play here in the first. Here's Hernan Gomez. It's rebounded by Labissiere. Labissiere's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Tolliver, no luck. Knicks trail by 6. O'Quinn with it. 8 points his last outing. Here's Holiday. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Gotta believe they'll hear about it in that next time out. They have to box out better.
Now, here is Lawson. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Kicks to McLemore. Sacramento gets it back. Here's Tolliver. Lays it up and banks it in. Tolliver's got his first points of the game.
Already, they've piled up 8 second chance points.
Pass to Kuzminskis. Outside Holiday. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's on Ben McLemore.
Clearly a foul.
The Knicks have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight. That's good from Holiday.
You know, Jeff Hornacek was the man chosen to lead this Knicks team during their coaching surge. You know, you think about it, they took a look at several names in and out of the organization, but Hornacek ended up being their guy. It seemed like they felt Hornacek didn't get a fair shake and is underrated as a coach.
And so he hits both. And with Hornacek being available in the first place, he was previously coach of the Suns, but was let go amidst the chaotic season that the Suns went through last year.
Yeah, Kevin, the feeling around the league was that Hornacek was just part of a bad situation in Phoenix, and glad to see him get a chance to show what he can do with the New York Knicks. You knew he'd get another chance after finishing so high in Coach of the Year voting in his rookie year of coaching.
Here's Kuzminskis. That's it. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now here's Lawson. Fades and shoots. And no good that time. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Kings lead by 2. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. Well, we know what Derrick Rose has been through, the injuries, the expectations. And we asked him how he's dealing with all of them.
I got a clear mind when I play. I can't think about the past. I can't think about if I'm going to hurt myself, if I move the wrong way. When I'm out there, I have a free mind. I have no expectations on myself. I just know that I prepare myself well. There's no pressure.
Well, and Rose says no pressure, but I have to feel like there's at least a little bit, guys, of pressure to get back to where he was.
Yeah, I mean, league MVP in 11, once considered a cornerstone for the NBA's youth movement. Hey, with a little more luck, he may still be that.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from Sacramento so far, guys, what do you think?
You can tell the point of emphasis has been to get to the offensive glass.
You know, and they're doing that in a number of ways, flying in from the perimeter when the ball goes up, as well as just gaining good old-fashioned position down low.
The Kings leading, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court right now for the Kings, they've got Ben McLemore. Kufis out there with Cauley Stein. Then it's Lawson, and it's Hield in at the 2.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
It's stolen by Hield. 4-on-3 break. With the floater. No good from Lawson. Knicks shooting 43% for the game. Thomas kicks to Porzingis. Lee up top. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Minnesota. Just 5 on the clock. On its way from Rose for 2. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Kings.
And you see not a lot of corner threes. The defense doing a good job of closing out and denying those shorter distance triples. That's what the smart teams have to do.
The Kings shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Lawson dishes to Cauley Stein. From deep, McLemore. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. New York trailing. Upside Thomas. And he hits it to tie the game up. Thomas got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Knicks. Rose against Lawson. Thomas with the steal. And here's the fast break. Rose leading the way.
And Derrick Rose so quick out of the gates. When he sees open floor ahead, he's at full sprint in the blink of an eye.
Now here's Hield. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Celtics in Boston.
And Kevin, a remarkable night for him passing the basketball as well. He did a great job racking up the assists. It's been their Achilles heel defensively. They just have not been able to control that backboard.
Lee passes to Noah. New York moving it around. No good from Lee.
He can be a dominant, intimidating threat, but the defense stood tall.
Lawson kicks to Kufis. Cauley Stein dishes to Kufis. McLemore with the ball. Thomas is on him. Thomas with the steal. 13 feet away. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. That one is on Hield. Doris, I think you still hold one of the top spots for all-time assists of Providence. Who do you think is the best right now at dishing out assists in the NBA?
I think that the guy who has the most complete command of the position right now is Chris Paul. The ball's on a string. He seems to make every right decision, willing to score it when he has to, Kevin, but you know his primary thought process is, who can I get the ball to fastest? DJ, Blake, JJ Redick, you name it, Chris Paul.
When you were at the top of your game, when these guys are at the top of their game, is everything in slow motion? Is that when you know you've hit that stride as a point guard that you want to have?
I don't think there's any question. And one of the ways you get there is you watch a ton of film as a point guard, because the game slows down on film. Your options open right before your eyes, so that when you step back between the lines, Kevin, now you have an understanding the game is moving slower. It's a great point by you.
Now here's Cauley Stein. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Celtics in Boston.
And how about the job he did rebounding as well, guys? I mean, just a dominant performance on the glass.
And Lee with the stuff.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
And for those of you just joining us, in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Collison kicks to Gay. There's a good screen. Launches it. Knocks down the 3-ball. Gay's got the game tied up here for the Kings.
Probably could have set that screen with a little more force, but it got him just enough room to be able to finish.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Noah the screen. And there's Derrick Rose on the assist from Thomas. Rose has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Hitting a high percentage of his shots. He's been a real catalyst for their success.
Collison the pass to Cauley Stein. At the top of the key, Hield shoots it, but they get it back. Collison dishes to Gay. The rebound by Noah. Noah's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Thomas, it's a wide open look. Out to Porzingis. Feeds it to Rose. Inside. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. There's the dish to Collison. Cauley-Stein with the screen for Gay. Shot by Hield. Nobody around. Sinks the three-pointer. Hield's got 7.
He got himself into space behind the arc, and the D never picked him back up. Boy, you can't lose him.
Rose kicks to Porzingis. Back to Rose. Lee outside. Shot clock at 6. There's Porzingis, and he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. 8 points for him.
You know, because of his size and his soft touch, it's really hard to affect Porzingis' shot, even when you're right in his grill.
Now here's Gay. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Boston.
And also defensively, he was really aggressive. I mean, matter of fact, he had 4 steals over the course of that game. No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a pass to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. Here's Collison following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. To the inside, Koufos. Joakim Noah grabs the miss. Noah's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Thomas, and the Knicks good for 2.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Collison the pass to Gay. Now the feed to Koufos. Cauley-Stein with the screen for Hield. It's Gay on the way. And that one hits back iron.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
It's stolen by Hield. The drive by Gay. Took him no time at all on that one. Gay's got 5 points in the quarter.
There's no question he's one of the more gifted offensive players in this league. More evidence of that right here.
To the paint. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. This their first look at this year's New York squad.
And one of the few bright spots of their last season was sweeping the season series in this matchup.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Oh, nice, strong drive there. If that's who's going to be guarding him, then he's got some weight to throw around. And
a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Sacramento. Flalo comes in for Hield. The free throw drops for Koufos. And so many different personalities in the NBA, Doris. You've gotten to know a lot of them. Who stands out as being some of the great players just to talk about the game within this league?
Well, LeBron James, I think, does a really nice job for me of answering questions in a very thoughtful manner. You'll see him just take a second to process whatever it is I've asked, and then really try to give the fan at home a sense of what he was thinking in that particular matchup.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
He's a very, as you know, such a cerebral player, and that translates to the postgame. You know, I think one thing Coach will address in this timeout right now is you're missing a lot of shots. Why not become more of a facilitator out there?
Labissiere is checked in for Costa Koufos. While we can, let's have a peek at the league's top foul shooting teams over the course of the last month. Second, the Knicks.
And they've had a lot of success at the free throw line, converting those at a high level. So I'd look for them to continue to attack the rim.
Here's Collison. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. And the shot goes in. And it's 7 points for Aaron Aflalo.
You know, nice work on the interior. Aflalo, not a guy who's going to shy away from playing at the rim.
Baker passes to Holiday. Here's Hernan Gomez. New York moving the ball around, and it's slammed in by Holiday.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Yeah, with the score this tight, someone has to come over and take the charge, or at least contest the shot.
This is to O'Quinn. Pass to Kuzminskis. Here's Hernan Gomez. He's covered by Gay, and it's going to be a 3-second call. Sacramento's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. The Knicks with the lead. And there's the pass to Kuzminskis. Offensive rebound. Here's O'Quinn, and it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here.
And checking out some numbers here for Collison. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's putting up about 12 points a game, 8 assists, and 2 rebounds. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
Baker with the bucket.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
The Kings trail by 4. Collison kicks to Gay. Labissiere with the screen for Gay. Here's Holiday. It's hauled in by Tolliver.
He has the skills to finish that. I cannot believe he blew it.
And once again off the mark by Sacramento.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Pass to Baker. Over to the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Kuzminskis the pass to Baker. Sacramento grabs the miss. Labissiere's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Collison, no good. New York leading by 4. Baker passes to O'Quinn. Holiday against the Flalo. Hernan Gomez. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
76% on the season from the foul line.
And the first one drops.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Some changes for Sacramento. McLemore has come in for Rudy Gay. And it's Lawson in for Darren Collison. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. The Kings trail by 5. From deep, McLemore does not find the basket. His third miss. He's made just 1 so far. Here's Holiday. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Holiday's got 8 points.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Lawson outside. He kicks it to Tolliver. A follow outside. And once again off the mark by Sacramento.
And we haven't seen them get to the line as much here in the second quarter. They might be settling a tad too much offensively.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here. And a look here at the shot chart.
Well, that is what it looks like when you are in the zone. And he's been very efficient with his scoring and is leading the way for his team on offense. With every make, you can see the confidence growing. And I don't think he'll slow down anytime soon.
First one falls for him.
Well, Kyle O'Quinn, he wasn't a well-known player in college, but he was a find in that second round of the draft. Whenever you have a player with his size and ability to eat up space in the middle, he's going to find a place on the roster. Both shots good from the stripe.
Size is something that teams will always look to acquire and find time for, and Doris O'Quinn fits that bill in a big way.
Yeah, Kev, it's not easy to find a player of O'Quinn's size that has as soft a touch as he does. He can step outside, pull out his defender, freeing up the middle for his team. A very easy shooting motion on O'Quinn. He looks very comfortable from the three-point line.
Here's Holiday. Ty Lawson making his last shot. Here's O'Quinn, and O'Quinn slams it in.
The defense has nothing for that. O'Quinn using that upper body strength to clear space to the bucket.
The Kings trail by 9. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
1:21 left in the first half of basketball. There's the pick, and McLemore kicks to Lawson. The three. That doesn't go either for Lawson. New York leading by 9. Holiday left side. Passes it to Kuzminskis. New York moving the ball around. Baker passes to Hernan Gomez. There's Baker. Chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
I like the move to go 2 for 1 here.
Really the smart option.
And Aflalo wide open. He shoots. Sinks the triple. Aflalo's got 5 points now this quarter.
Sometimes trailing in the game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play.
Baker passes to Kuzminskis. Inside. Baker with the bucket. And the Knicks lead by 8.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Labissiere gets it to go.
Can't let Labissiere get that close to the bucket. Just using that massive 6'11" frame to get a quality attempt.
There's Baker. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. He feeds it to O'Quinn. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
What we have watched these first few seasons of his career is a steady improvement at the line for O'Quinn. He is showing he can knock them down consistently.
And that's the final possession with the nice defense right there. And the first half is now in the books. Knicks out front, up 9. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Dave Yeager. Coach, what is going to be the focus offensively going into the second half?
Well, we try to go inside. That's our strength anyways. For us, our bread is buttered inside, so we try to play high-low. And then if the threes come out of that, great, but we want to try to get everything to the rim.
Coach, it all starts with that entry pass to the big, and then everybody plays off of him. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson, joined by Kenny Smith, right there. And Shaquille O'Neal, he's right there. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. They never got too far behind as their largest deficit in the period was 8. In the second quarter, they turned on the afterburners, making a big charge to jump ahead and build a 9-point lead for themselves at halftime. Hey, big fella, what's your take on New York so far?
Well, they got a nice advantage in the free throw department. I wish I was a shooter. They've been the one taking the direct approach. They're driving the lane, being physical, and forcing the opposing D into tight spots. And that's got them a lot of points at the line and the lead.
And Kenny, what'd you see from Sacramento?
Well, they shot under 40% in the first half. There's your deficit. They missed some open looks, wide open. But overall, I thought the offense was stagnant. Look for their coach to draw up some specific plays to try to jumpstart them in the second half.
That, sadly, wraps up the halftime show. The third quarter set to begin in just a few. We'll see you right here, though, after the game, so you have that to look forward to.
Kenny had so much more to say.
Welcome back to New York City. Some street art on the wall of the Canal Street subway station in Soho, south of Houston, just down the way from us. The second half just about to get going here. Porzingis with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
Yeah, for the most part, he took only good shots. And given his success, they may want him to be a bit more aggressive in the second half.
Here's Lee. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Porzingis is out there with Lance Thomas. Then there's Derrick Rose. Then there's Noah. And it's Lee in at the 2-guard spot. They're the group for Jeff Hornacek starting the second half. And so the ball out of bounds. Collison touched it last. And while we have a chance, here are the teams that have swatted away the most shots this season. Number 1, the Kings. Second, the Knicks.
And these teams have both hung their hat on their defense, especially in the paint. We're looking at 2 of the premier shot blocking teams in our league.
It's stolen by Hield. And here we go. That one misses. Now the Knicks take it the other way.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
And that one drops for him. The Kings trail by 11. Outside Collison. Gay outside. And the shot falls short this time.
Listen, that's a look he can hit, but right now he can't throw it in the ocean.
Rose dishes to Thomas. Sacramento grabs the miss. Kufis has got 6 rebounds in the game. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's foul number 2 for him. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Kicks it to Kufis. He dishes it to Gay.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
And it's Gay again missing. Feeds to Rose. The fader. Wow, way off on that one.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Back to Gay. Stolen by Thomas. 13 feet away. A baseline J. And there's Derrick Rose on the assist by Thomas. Thomas got 5 assists tonight. The Kings trail by 13. Hield kicks to Gay. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Offensive rebound, Kufis, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Kufis has got 9.
After an ugly 0 for 4 to start the half, they get 1 to fall.
Rose kicks to Thomas. Here's Porzingis. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Gay outside. No good on the triple.
Neither coach nor his teammates are pleased with the way he's playing. He's simply got to adjust his shot selection.
And a wide open look for Lee. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. 7 points in the game.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And Doris, with the behind-the-scenes access you've had for so many years, What are some things that fans don't get a chance to see, experience in the NBA?
Yeah, I think one thing that I marvel at is how seriously these men take their job. This is not, yes, they are well compensated, but by and large, these men will take your heart out to get a spot on an NBA roster. And it's their vocation as opposed to their job. These men are passionate about the league. They have incredible work habits, and I'm in awe of how hard they work.
Are you surprised, too, at the playbook? People just think these plays just kind of happen. Every play is, there is some script or design for every play.
It drives me crazy when people say they'll only watch the NBA in the final 2 minutes because that's when the game's decided. We are talking about the best players, the best athletes, and the best coaching there is in any level. And to me, you're doing a disservice if you don't watch the full 48.
Great points. And Sacramento has possession. After New York gets the three, here's Collison. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. And so it's New York with it. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. They get to take on the Heat at Miami after this one. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Rose gets the bucket.
And Rose playing a big role offensively. He's got to be a focal point of your defensive scouting report. No doubt he can hurt you.
Basket good. Cauley-Stein's got his second basket of the night.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Here's Thomas, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the Sacramento Kings get called for the foul. It's his first trip to the line.
Lance Thomas. 2 shots.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And he knocks down the first one. No good on the second free throw. The Kings trail by 13. To the inside. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Yeah, and an example of why you want to let the game come to you. The opening presented itself, he converted in a big way.
Sacramento's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Gay with no one around. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
Leave him open from mid-range like that, and there's not much doubt he'll knock it down. Come on, guys, you got to think.
Rose passes to Lee. Here's Thomas. New York, no good that time either. The Kings have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Hield kicks to Collison. Lets it go. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
Almost automatic when he can get the basketball that close to the basket.
Defensively, the job has to be preventing him from getting that position to begin with.
Lee dishes to Noah. Back to Lee. Deflects the pass. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
You love the confidence, but that's a situation where they really needed a better look.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. And that'll be his third foul so far. Rose against Collison. Hield kicks to Gay.
No question he's having a bad quarter, so somebody else needs to take charge of the scoring if they're going to cut into this deficit.
Here's Thomas. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
Boy, did an excellent job to hit the moving target with the lead pass. That was simply perfectly placed.
This will be his third free throw shot of the game. That free throw good from Thomas. And so here's Sacramento. Now Heel. He has 7. Cauley-Stein with the screen for Collison. The dish now to Cauley-Stein. Gay with it. Now Thomas defending. Shot clock at 6. The Kings need to get off a shot here. Heel can't hit. The Knicks leading by 10. Over in the corner, Lee. Second chance shot. Here's Noah. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. The feed now to Collison. Back to Gay. Puts it up from 15. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Sacramento shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Kings making a change here. Lawson's checked in. Rudy Gay hits them both. And here's Rose. He's got 13. Dishes to Lee. To the paint. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Boy, defender taken out of the play with a rock-solid screen. No way he's going to get through that.
And the Kings will go for a different look here. Labissiere is checked in for Koufos. Tolliver comes in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Aaron Aflalo, he's checked in for Rudy Gay. And McLemore subbed in for Heel. Free throw good, Lee. The Kings trail by 11. Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Sorry.
Analytics certainly have jumped up in their usage around the NBA. Doris, how do you feel it's been used? Is it here to say? Where's it going?
You know, this has been such a fascinating discussion amongst players and coaches. Coaches, by and large, will tell you, yes, we like analytics, but I have to coach by feel. And I don't think you can overvalue or undervalue either one. You're never going to take a step back, Kevin. The metrics of it are too important. In terms of how we're able to track the movements of players. They haven't worked hard enough today. We can go hard again tomorrow. I think it's all important, but I think the best organizations are the ones who look at things in its totality.
It's taught me about the game. I mean, and the things that maybe I've never thought about
like
as a
what?
fan. Well, like, the success of jump shots between 10 and 16 feet. How many times the guy goes to his right as opposed to his left. What his favorite block is to set up in. How much he's been used in practice during the week. Where they're going to go defensively, where the weak spots are. Just different things to consider, which gives you a taste of what coaches and organizations go through during a game, during preparation, and getting ready for their opponent.
Yeah.
There's so much to consider, and you can be overloaded by analytics too.
You were sitting there describing that, and I thought these are all excellent points. At what point does it become overload? At what point are you able to filter out the necessary things? I imagine that's an art.
So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And here's the shot chart as we see how things are going.
And this is a bit of a nightmare game for him thus far. Just nothing working, and it has to be affecting his confidence. He just doesn't look like the player he normally is out there, and you can see it in his body language after every missed shot. Boy, this is tough.
And he makes the first for the Knicks. Justin Holiday comes in for Courtney Lee. And it's Baker in for Rose. Ty Lawson hits them both. And the Knicks with possession here. They've led by as many as 14 points. Here's Hernan Gomez. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Down low, here's Tolliver, and it's O'Quinn with the rebound. O'Quinn's got 6 rebounds in the game. It might be some time before Skal Labissière reaches his potential, but you can see what hit his team drooling over him on draft day. It's rare to see a player so big, with so much length, be as mobile as he is.
I mean, he moves so fluidly on both ends of the court that he is a tough player to contain. I mean, has continued to add mass and bulk, so he's getting stronger every month. Reminds you a bit of a young Amari with his explosiveness and how he can move at that size.
The Kings trail by 9. Lawson outside. Baseline try. Here's Tolliver. Banked in off the glass. Tolliver's got his second basket of the game.
What a competitor. Went to the glass hard for the putback. Made sure that wasn't a wasted possession.
They set the pick. Holiday, the pass to O'Quinn. It's rebounded by Lawson. Sacramento's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Here's Hernan Gomez.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
Yeah, flawless fast break. Didn't slow down until the ball hit the bottom of the bucket.
Lawson outside. To the wing right side. Clock at 4. Labissière. And he's way off from outside.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And he pings it home with one hand.
And Kevin, plays like that, really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Look at them. They are really into it.
The other bench deflated because that was a rough sequence for the defense. They hated to give up those points, but did nothing to stop it.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Timeout.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Timeout called by the Kings.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
Absolutely. Their challenge is to find a way to close off that lane without completely ignoring the perimeter.
Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second chance points in the league. Number 1, the Kings.
Really something to see. Their effort on the offensive glass has just led to so many second chance opportunities.
Here is Tolliver. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Good on that shot. With that, the Knicks lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Labissière. New York's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Holiday, the pass to Kuzminskis. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Some nice passing by New York here. Gets the three-pointer to fall. 9 points in the game so far.
He got himself into space behind the arc, and the D never picked him back up. Boy, you can't lose him.
There's the pick. Here's Lawson. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now, here is Lawson. He's got 9. Aflalo outside. 6 to shoot. Tolliver for 3. It's rebounded by New York. O'Quinn's got 11 rebounds in the game. The pass to Kuzminskis. Here's Hernan Gomez. He's guarded by Aflalo. And it's off from three-point range.
Well, there is a lot of hope for Labissiere, the Haitian product via Kentucky, but that's for down the road. This team got him knowing he'd be a long-term project. Has the upside to be a fantastic player, but it's going to take a lot of work and patience for him to get there.
Loose shots.
And he can't get the first one. And Labissiere, a high-risk, high-reward pick for sure. He has shown flashes of what he can do at times, but other times he can look overwhelmed.
Yeah, I mean, he had a tough time, I think, adjusting to the college level in terms of the speed and the athleticism that the game is played with, but still declared after just 1 year. Usually you want to see more on the collegiate level from a player like him. All I can do is hope for the best for the young man, but it's not going to be an easy path to start him.
Rose. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot two.
And Rose not always focused on creating contact, but with his physical gifts, a lot of times he leaves the defense no choice.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And taking a look back at his performance at the line a year ago, a rock-solid 79%.
The free throw drops for Rose.
And the one thing about Rose is that, you know, he can still get up for the big matchups. Whenever he faces another great point guard, he seems to play at his best level and loves to push himself and is willing to step up to the challenge. Let's just hope that he can eventually get back to that all-star caliber presence he had just a few years ago.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. And with Rose and his injuries, it's not easy for him to put in a work day every day. But as you said, he can light it up on the big stage.
Yeah, and that is why he's such a threat. Even with his numbers being somewhat diminished, Rose knows what it takes to be a successful player at the highest level. You only wish he wasn't robbed of so much of his game due to injuries.
And so it's New York with it. Sacramento making their last shot. And now Aflalo pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Oh, you like the aggressiveness from Aflalo. He just took it right to the rack with strength.
Holiday with it. He's got 8. Left side Rose. That one goes in. Rose has got 16.
And this collapse we've seen by their interior defense, it's really the reason why they've struggled and are in such a hole.
Their D is getting chewed up. It's time for someone to step forward, put their foot down, and put a stop to these easy baskets.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Knicks lead by 14. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And now let's take a listen in to a recent huddle from Coach Dave Yeager.
You got to help the man guarding the basketball, whether he needs help or not. Be ready.
There's Dave Yeager emphasizing team defense, wanting everyone on full alert.
Yeah, I mean, you need the threat of someone rotating over at the very least. Otherwise, the offense can just cherry pick their matchups.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. The Kings trail by 14 on the court for Sacramento. Gay and Cauley-Stein fill up the forward spots. Hield is out there with Collison. And it's Koufos in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Hield kicks to Gay. Low block shot on the way. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And the first one drops. That one misses.
And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
Thomas passes to Porzingis. Back to Thomas. Stolen by Gay. And another fast break for Sacramento. Another miss by Gay. The Knicks leading by 13. Here's Thomas. Sacramento grabs the miss. Hield's got his third rebound tonight. And Courtney Lee gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his third foul so far. Here's Gay. Another miss by Gay.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Lee outside. Here's Porzingis. And the three ball is good. And the Knicks lead by 16.
Well, this is a clear case in point of where the comparison to Dirk Nowitzki is so apropos. Not many 7-footers with that kind of range, Kev.
Here's Lee outside. Here's Thomas, who's back up. Gay with the block. Now here's Hield, covered by Lee. Noah with the block. Floats it up for Rose. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession.
Sometimes even the simplest things are ruined, but they've got to be frustrated with that turnover.
The Kings trail by 16. To the middle, here's Cauley Stein. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. And it's 9 points for Willie Cauley Stein. Lee kicks to Thomas. Pass to Porzingis. He feeds it to Rose. Noah dishes to Lee. And Lee with the stuff.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Here's the screen. Hield the pass to Koufos. Here's Gay. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
And you can see what the emphasis was at halftime. Here in the second, a lot more effort to get the ball inside, and it's starting to pay dividends.
That's good from Gay. Now here's Lee. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Screened by Porzingis. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Here's Noah. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Noah. The Kings trail by 13. Collison kicks to Gay. There's the pick. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That's good from Rudy Gay. And so Gay nails both of them. Now Rose. Outside Thomas. Lee outside. To the inside. From beyond the arc. That shot off. And it's the Kings taking it the other way. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That team is a little road weary right now. That is the 6th consecutive game away from home.
You know, put a rough first half behind him. He's absolutely crushing it here in the second.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Hield can't hit.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Passes it to Rose. Noah with a screen for Rose. He kicks it to Noah. Here's Lee. Just 5 on the clock. Misses off the left iron.
Might have overthought that. Not sure how he missed that one, guys.
Looking to get it going. Good on that shot. With that, the Knick lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Hield.
You know, very effective possession. You won't miss too many shots from that close range.
Thomas dishes to Rose. And finished off by Rose.
And defensively, you've got to play Rose for the drive. You let him get to the rim, and he'll throw it down on your head.
The Kings trail by 14. Collison kicks to Cauley-Stein. From 11 feet away, Hield can't hit.
But the effort's been there for him, just not getting the results.
Lee up top. And Thomas has it in the corner. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
You know, I think in his mind he was already going in the other direction, but you have to make the play first.
Here's Lee. Outside Thomas. There's the triple.
He's cold from deep. 0 threes in the second half after hitting just 1 in the first.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Rudy Gay. Good on both. The Knicks leading by 12. Rose passes to Lee. Noah kicks to Porzingis. Over in the corner, Lee. They grab their own miss. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, Mr. Porzingis, nice to know you're not afraid to mix it up. Boy, you gotta love that grit and hustle.
Collison dishes to Kufis. From 12 feet out. Hits the front of the rim and out.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Thomas kicks it to Noah. He gets that one. And the Knicks lead by 16.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Collison the pass to Cauley-Stein. And Hield gets it to go on the assist from Cauley-Stein. Hield's got 4 points in the quarter. New York's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the fourth. And here's Rose. Tries again. And the layup by Lee. Lee's got 13 points in the second half.
You know, after a first half of poor shooting, he is turning up the heat now.
Collison dishes to Gay. Back to Collison. Lets it go from 11. Hield. No good from outside.
Boy, very surprising he flanked that one. Everybody in the building thought that was down.
Rose kicks to Lee. Outside Thomas. Noah with a screen on Gay. Here's Porzingis. That's short off the rim. The Kings trail by 16. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Cauley Stein passes to Collison. Second shot opportunity, and there it is for him. 23 points for Rudy Gay.
Boy, as aggressive as he's been hitting all these shots, they're still behind.
Here's Rose. Thomas a screen. Out to the right wing. Doesn't go that time. Good work defensively by Gay. Kicks to Cauley Stein. Unloads from 13. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Great game for him. Double-double now. 11 points and 13 rebounds. Lee kicks to Thomas. He dishes it to Rose. Back to Thomas. And Thomas with the stuff.
And that was the play to make. Rose making the right read.
Collison against Rose. Gay outside. Releases. Out to the right wing. Here's Hield. The kick out to Collison. Feeds it to Gay. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Shooting in Sacramento. Rudy Gay. 2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That's good from Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay hits them both. The Knicks leading by 12. Lee outside. There's the dish to Thomas. And Rudy Gay picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
And so the ball out of bounds. Collison touched it last. Lee outside. Over in the quarter, Porzingis. Just 3 to shoot. New York needs to get off a shot. No good from Lee.
He needs to drive to the rim. The shot just not going.
To the inside. Here's Koufos. Noah with the block. Rose passes to Porzingis. No good on the shot. The Kings trail by 12. Gay kicks to Collison. From past the arc. Hield can't hit.
After the strong first half, this guy has not been the same, and largely a no-show right here.
And Thomas has it in the corner. Good work defensively by Gay. And the call against Lance Thomas. That'll be foul number 5 on him, and due to the bonus, will be headed to the free throw line. That's good from Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay hits them both.
And he's been rock solid at the free throw line tonight. A little bit of an unexpected bonus for them.
Screen by Porzingis. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
You know, probably could have set that screen with a little more force, but it got him just enough room to be able to finish.
The Kings trail by 13. Collison with it. Gay outside. The tray. Kept alive by Sacramento. Cauley Stein dishes to Heel. And they pick up 2.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, because of the size difference, that's probably not the one-on-one matchup they'd like to go to very often, but it worked that time.
To the middle. It's deflected. Porzingis with the steal. Now here's Rose. The fast break opportunity. Porzingis passes to Noah. And the rejection by Cauley Stein. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when you drive the lane, you have to know where Porzingis is, because with his reach, he can sneak up and send that shot away anytime.
Thomas gets the lead. And he dumps it right in, right on Buddy Hield.
And he just punishes the D for falling asleep at the wheel.
A little disorganized that time, and the result, 2 points in the loudest way possible.
Yeah, sometimes aggression can overcome certain offensive limitations. You saw it right there.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
Yeah, GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Knicks.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this is a great team effort by everyone.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off. And so many key players that you could point to tonight, but in particular, a great game for Courtney Lee.
What an exciting game from him. And you can look at both ends of the floor for his highlight reel. The effort was truly on display. I thought he set the tone in this win tonight.
Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They trail by 9. 17 seconds left in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
You know, you like the fight all the way to the end, but let's face it, guys, this one's over.
No question. This is a teaching moment. They're just trying to come out of this with something positive.
From outside, and it's O'Quinn with the rebound. Now here is Holiday. Right wing. Inside. Can't finish the one-handed jam. Misses. So it's New York picking up the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Joe. Nice win tonight. What was your team's attitude coming into the game?
Yeah, we played hard tonight. We're getting better. We just got to keep going. You know, it's a work in progress. And, you know, we just got to keep fighting, and get as many W's as possible.
Well, the trend line is looking good so far right now, Joe. Thanks again. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. And as the fans file out of the building, now time to head over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Let's take a look now as we give our nod to our Jordan player of the game. One could say he had quite a fourth quarter. Completely shut the door on any attempt by the other side to sneak this one out.
His points in the paint were a big factor for them tonight. He consistently took it to the rack. Relentless.
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and for the rest of the 2K Sports crew, the best in the business. This is Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.